Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a vast open savanna stretching as far as you can see across what is now southwestern Nigeria. The year is 1600. And coming over the horizon, is an army unlike anything West Africa has ever seen. They are not on foot. They are on horseback. Thousands of cavalry warriors moving across the land like a force of nature. Disciplined. Organized. Unstoppable. Their horses thunder across the ground and the earth shakes beneath them. This is not Europe. This is not the Middle East. This is the Oyo Empire, and for over 200 years this cavalry force made Oyo the most powerful empire in all of West Africa. Welcome to Osigclip. This is part 1 of the Oyo Empire series, the Nigerian kingdom that ruled an entire continent from the back of a horse. The story of Oyo begins with a people called the Yoruba. Today the Yoruba are one of the largest ethnic groups in the world, over 40 million people across Nigeria, Benin Republic, Togo and the diaspora. Their language, their culture, their art and their spiritual traditions have spread across the entire globe. But it was not always like this. It began with a city. Deep in the forests and savannas of what is now Oyo State, Nigeria, the Yoruba founded a kingdom called Oyo around the 14th century. In the beginning it was small, surrounded by more powerful neighbors, vulnerable and often attacked. But the Oyo people had something their enemies did not. They had the horse. In a region where horses were rare and expensive, where most armies fought on foot with bows and spears, the Oyo built a cavalry force that would become the most feared military machine in West Africa. They called their elite cavalry the Esho. These were not ordinary soldiers. They were trained from childhood. They lived for their horses. They slept, ate and breathed warfare. And when they rode into battle in their famous formation, the earth itself seemed to move with them. But a great army alone does not make a great empire. What made Oyo truly extraordinary was how they organized themselves. The Oyo had a political system so sophisticated, so advanced, that historians study it today as one of the most remarkable systems of government ever created in pre-colonial Africa. At the top sat the Alafin, the king of Oyo, but unlike most kingdoms where the king had absolute power, the Alafin was checked by a council of chiefs called the Oyo Messi. If the Alafin became a tyrant, if he abused his power, the Oyo Messi had the authority to remove him. In the 14th century. Checks and balances on royal power. In Nigeria. 600 years before most European democracies existed. Think about that. In part 2 we step inside the capital city of Oyo, a city so vast, so wealthy, so extraordinary that it dwarfed every other city in West Africa at the time. Subscribe to Osigclip. Africa has 3,000 tribes and we are telling every single story. See you tomorrow for part 2.